I'm seeing a lot of fucking confusion. Mucha confusión. I want you to acknowledge and I want you to know that you are in a higher vibration than them. Okay? So when it comes down to your situation, you chose to emotionally heal yourself. They chose to avoid by trying to build superficial stability because they always wanted the next best thing without actually working for it. Now that shit is crumbling. Now that shit is crumbling. Now that shit is crumbling because they thought that they deserved better. In reality, you have to build better, dumbass. Right? So both of you guys are in a humongous different vibrational state of mind. Keep healing, keep moving forward. Let them try to put bricks together that will only crumble later on in the future. We have Scorpio, Virgo, Gemini, Libra, Capricorn. You're perfectly fine. Get it through your head. When are you gonna realize that you are in a higher vibration than them? That's what's coming out right now. When are you gonna realize that you are meant to have more than them? When are you going to realize that in this reality, the ones that are holding you down are them? Or that were holding you down was them? But what matters is what you do after the relationship. What matters is how you grow afterwards. If you stay stuck and you keep vibrating at the same frequency as them, that keeps you stuck. Am I right or am I wrong? I am right. We have the Eight of Pentacles and we have the Ace of Wands reverse for you. You're feeling very stagnant. You crave something new. But are you really working towards it? Right? It also states that the more that you kept on giving, the more that you wanted to kept on building this, it was like a blockage. It would not move forward because of this individual. It's like you and this individual were not on the same page, right? What are the Six of Wands reverse? End the world. I feel bad for them. Because even though you were willing to give them what they were looking for in a relationship, they wanted more. Right? Because the world tells me that while you guys were dating or you guys are currently together, they feel complete. They felt complete. But it was a part of them that felt like they wanted something more. Like there was something missing in this relationship. What I want to specifically tell this fucking individual is like, what was fucking missing was your fucking drive to create something better with my collective. That's what was missing, dumbass. But because your whole fucking life you have been thinking you deserve better without actually doing better, you thought matter of fact. I feel like there is something missing in this relationship. No, you dumb fuck. There was nothing missing in this relationship. You had to make this relationship bloom to feel the fulfillment with the world. That's what's coming out, right? We are tapped into the energy of the relationship, Two of Cups. Three of Swords reverse. The Hanged Man, stuck in a period of wanting to heal. I feel like you are almost done with your healing, right? I feel like you're definitely almost done with your healing. We have the Eight of Cups and then we have the Three of Pentacles. Yeah, I feel like you're almost done with your journey of healing, right? The thing about it is that I feel like you are having a hard time trying to grasp the idea or the fact that you would build something with this individual. No, I feel like some of you guys are looking back at photos of them and you realize, did I really find you that attractive? Right? Or like you have a few of your friends that made fun of their looks, right? That's coming out like a few of your friends made fun of their looks, right? Like they were not that attractive. And I feel like you know that they were not that attractive, right? What's coming out very, very strongly was that this person is bien mimado. Son bien mimados. It's not spoiled. It's a Spanish word for you do some stupid shit and your parents always let that shit slide when you were a little kid, even when you were older. right? There's nothing bad with depending on your parents. Matter of fact, there is. If you're 22, 24, 25, and you're still depending on your parents, like I'm telling you, you don't have a job, you don't have a car, and you're still asking your parent for money, yes, that's bad, right? But not living under the same roof as not living under the same roof as your parents, right? But they're very mimados. They're a mama's boy. They're a daddy's girl, right? And what's coming out right here is that with the Eight of Cups, with the Three of Swords, with the Hanged Man, you are now viewing this relationship from a different perspective of wanting to move forward and heal, even though it's really hard to leave this emotional thing behind, emotional situation behind, because it was emotional. The Three of Pentacles reverse tells me that they're not having such a good time with their connections and their stability. They're not. The Three of Pentacles reverse tells me that they're having a really hard time trying to connect and trying to build a proper foundation with the people around them, right? It also tells me that, like I'm telling you, that blockage was always there. It's like you wanted to work on it. You were giving, you were giving, you were giving, you were giving. But in themselves, they convinced that they needed better. They had to have better. But in reality, they don't work for better, right? And that's what's crumbling their foundations. That is fucked. They're looking for the next best thing instead of wanting to make the thing grow, wanting to make it the best thing, right? And that's what led to these relationships crumbling. That's what leads to this relationship. They're not finding fulfillment in the friendships either. I feel like they told you that they had a problem with a specific friend. Like there was a friend that they kept around, but they had problems with this specific individual, right? We have the Seven of Pentacles reversed. So I'm telling you right now, they're having a hard time trying to find stability for themselves. It's like they have invested in relationships that have not invested in them back, right? The Seven of Pentacles reversed, the Three of Pentacles reversed in the world. They're trying to find fulfillment through their finances, but they're not, right? The difference between you is that you're trying to find fulfillment first emotionally, then financially. They're trying to specifically fill in the void with money, with physical things, with things that don't serve you in the long run, and that's specifically what's not causing movement forward. And remember how I told you that's why I feel like you're in a higher vibration than them? The reason that you are in a higher vibration than them is because you're trying to emotionally fix yourself from the inside out. They're trying to fix themselves from the outside in, trying to fix their outer world instead of their inner world, and that's why they're having a hard time finding proper balance in their reality, because they don't find things satisfying anymore, right? Like I'm telling you, it's like they always want the next best thing, but they don't realize that we have to build that best thing, right? And I feel like that's what your relationship was supposed to be. Your relationship was supposed to be the next best thing in their reality. Your relationship was supposed to be the relationship that people looked up to. Your relationship was supposed to be the relationship that people said, wow, they look like a really nice power couple. Wow, they look really good together. They vibe each other's energy. But in reality, because they are trapped in these specific thought patterns of, I always feel like I deserve more, but I'm never really willing to work for more. And I know for a fact more will arrive without me doing anything, right? It's a very, very good way of thinking, but at the same time, you actually have to take actions for those good things to arrive. Now, like they're having a really hard time expanding and trying to balance out foundations in relationships, right? The justice, balance, and then the 10 of exactly, right? So I feel like you're just letting the universe deal with this. You're letting the universe deal with this. You're letting karma deal with this. You're letting energy deal with this. For a while it was way too heavy on you, and now you're trying to drop it. Now you're really trying to release it, right? But for them, they're still trying to force fulfillment, but they're not realizing that fulfillment comes within inside, right? So the difference between you is that you're being very introspective. You're really hanging, trying to heal. You're just chilling, hanging from one foot, like the hanged man, trying to heal, trying to find better for yourself emotionally first, then you can do it financially. They're not. They're just trying to specifically build a foundation that's not built under the proper structure to be able to hold. It will only fall, right? The difference between you and them is the fact that they were causing a humongous energetic blockage, and now they're suffering because they didn't keep the door open with a situation that would have been full of abundance. Take care.